Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are on Friday morning. Beautiful sky, as you can see behind me. It's going to be a hot one today. Didn't check on the mugginess of it, but it is going to be a hot one. Um, so we're continuing to read through Isaiah. It's Isaiah 40, is it 43 or 44 today? Something like that. And I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite portions of Isaiah. It's just incredible. It's a portion of praise. It has some similarities to Job. You remember at the end of Job, um, where God questions Job, like, "Were you there when this happened? Were you there when this happened? Who are you to try to counsel me?" Type of thing, and it can feel uncomfortable. Um, but when you realize the vastness of who our God is, and that's what Isaiah gives us here, it's just that he goes through and reminds us of who he is. Like, he's just tremendous. And we who have a better understanding of science today, when we look at this, we can understand that we belong to the Milky Way galaxy, right? We all know that. And in the Milky Way galaxy, they've estimated 300 billion. I can't even conceive it. There's 8 billion people on the Earth, but 300 billion star systems like ours. 300 billion star systems, and probably more. This is just what they've been able to estimate, because who can count that, right? Yeah, it would take you over 1,000 years to count a billion stars if you're counting one every second. So, yeah, it's a lot. Uh, just, man, our mind boggles when we think of these things, and that's just the Milky Way. And then there can be three. We don't know. Like, there's just no way of us knowing how many galaxy systems there are in the universe. So there could be 300 billion. So that's 300 billion times 300 billion, and the Milky Way could be one of the smaller of the galaxies. So, like, and he knows, as Isaiah said today, he knows each one by name. He knows each star by name. Trillions and trillions of stars, and he knows each one by name. And that's all contained in his hand. All of that is contained in his hand. Now, what happens is our mind comes up with something vague. When we sit and we try to understand that, it's so big, it's beyond anything that our imagination can even grasp. It's so big that our mind will kind of shut down, and it's like an exponent. It's 10 to the power of whatever. We do that to shorten it up, because to work with larger numbers can be cumbersome, and our mind finds such things cumbersome. Uh, because we lose ourselves in that. So, but try to just stop and try to contemplate his vastness, his just how big he is, just how incredible he is. Just go as far as your mind is willing to allow you to go in this understanding. Now, when you get when you find the limits of your mind in its ability to conceive, to understand this, then stop and think that the God of this, the creator of this, is our Father. He calls us himself our Father. He abides in us with the Son and the Holy Spirit. He abides in us. He Come on now. Okay. This is just so incredible. He abides in us, and he's occupied with you. He's occupied with you. He's occupied with me. The things that matter to me matter to him. So doesn't it make sense then that the things that matter to him should matter to me? If he loves me that much, right? If he loves me that much, the God who created all this loves me that much. He's occupied with me that much, and he went to the cross. Like, that's just no wonder atheists are atheists. No wonder, because if you find it hard to conceive of something that good, how could you ever believe in a God that would do this for us? How can, like, it's, it's like a fairy tale. It really is. It's like a fairy tale. I don't think we stop and consider this very much at all. Maybe our brain just gets tired with, but if we stopped and we considered this, if we thought about this more, do you understand? There would be no fear, there'd be no doubt, there'd be no worry. A God that good, how could we ever worry when he said he's occupied with us, when he said he's for us, when he said he's always with us, he'll never leave us, he'll never forsake us, when he said that we don't have to worry about the things that this people of the world worry about, that we don't have to worry about provision, that he will always provide for us, that we just need to be occupied with his kingdom. We just need to be occupied with his kingdom. He calls us his children. We're in the family business. We are here as his witnesses. As Israel was the witnesses in the Old Testament, the church is the witness for him today. He wants to demonstrate who he is through the church today. That's just absolutely awesome. This God who has the entire universe in him, he wants us to be a witness of his goodness, of his righteousness, of his love. Oh, come on now. Man, I'm going to have to stop the video because I'm getting overwhelmed. Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, you have a fantastic, wonderful day as a witness, for his goodness, his love, his righteousness. And demonstrate to the people his grace, his compassion. That's what they need to see. Isn't he just, oh wow, incredible. Be blessed, people.